And we are back, folks, for another edition of the Recruiting Insider. And we always love it when we go in studio because this is an opportunity to go in depth and inside and find out what's behind the uniform. And that's what happens when these guys come in studio. So back live on location with another one of the top prospects in the entire country. Not his first time on campus, but his first time on set. Pleased to be joined here by Jermaine Kinsler, and they call him Showtime. So it is Showtime.
Yes, sir.
Here on set. Glad to have you with us, young man.
Sir,
How you
glad to have
doing?
me. I'm good.
Yeah, man, glad to have you with us. And first and foremost, one of the top prospects in the country, and you back here on the University of Michigan's campus. What has the experience been like for you so far?
It's been an amazing experience. Talked to Coach Lou Espo a good amount, talking about where I fit at, my position flexibility. I went over a little bit of the weight room, nutritionist, and senior facilities, and watched the guys work out this morning. So
all right.
It was all good.
So before we go too deep into talking about Michigan, let's find out more about you.
Yeah.
What makes you tick? Your upbringing in the sport. So I got a little bit of background on you, and come to find out, football exclusively as your sport is kind of a recent incarnation. It seemed like you were more of a basketball guy coming up. So take me into the genesis of Jermaine, of Showtime as an athlete.
So I started as basketball all the way up to my 8th grade year, and then going into the high school, my first day of school, I was with my older brother, and he was like, you should try football. So I went out there, practiced. I loved it, then just stuck with it all the way. And then I made the decision to move up with my uncle, Latish, and come up to New Jersey and go to a powerhouse like Bergen.
So man, that's not a small decision.
Yeah, it's a big jump, yes sir.
Yeah, that's a big jump. That's a big jump to switch sports. It's a big jump to leave mom and dad. Mm-hmm. It's a big jump to leave the comfortable confines of the warm South and to come north to Jersey. You know, that decision is weighty for a young man. How difficult was that for you?
It was very difficult. Me and my parents talked about it. We talked about it, and then we prayed about it, and then we felt like that was the best decision for me, and it paid off.
So when you, first of all, make the decision to go deep into football, what made that be a thing for you? What made you want to say, all right, let me do this gridiron thing a little bit harder?
I seen my two older brothers playing. I feel like that was the most fun for me. And then basketball, I mean, I love it, but I feel like the physicality, people always told me that football is where I need to be because I was so physical on the court, so it went hand in hand.
So was there a moment on the field, was there a game, a play, something that happened where it kind of clicked and you said, okay, this is where it's gonna be, this is where it's gonna go down?
I say me and my brother was doing one-on-ones in practice, and then I beat him one time, and then all the coaches hyped me up, so I was like, yeah, all right, this it.
So I'm gonna give you an opportunity to say when that was. When you got big bro, when you put it down on him, when was that?
It was my freshman year. We was doing spring practice. It was like the second or third day, and then we did one-on-ones, and then I don't know what I did, but I just beat him. I don't even know what move it was. Yeah.
I'm sure he remembers, but it was one time. It was one time, big bro. All right, so it seems like, freshman year you kind of you make the switch, but sophomore year
is when I really got into it.
Was when it really kind of took hold, where not only you kind of start to feel it, but everyone around you kind of starts to see it too. Is that right to say?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I started clicking when I made the post to come out to New Jersey, so that's when my recruiting started picking up, and then that's what I wanted.
So you're having success on the field, and I imagine that's the part that makes the transition easier, so to speak. Not to say it was easy, but makes it easier to continue with the grind.
Yes,
but did it ever feel hard for you to kind of be away from home and to go through it?
Yeah, because I FaceTime some of my younger siblings. I mean, we talk almost every day. Me and my mom, my dad, my siblings. Yeah, so I miss them, but I mean, it's for the better. I mean, it's all gonna pay off at the end.
So listen, this is not an easy thing. It's not like you. I mean, you're blessed. You're blessed physically,
yes, sir.
But you're not resting on your laurels. There's a grind to what you do.
That's right.
So take me through a typical day in the life of Jermaine Kinsler, sun up to sundown.
Yeah. All right.
You know, take me through the grind.
So I wake up at 5:30, me and my uncle. We go downstairs, get some breakfast, and then we gotta catch the bus. That come at like 6:20, and then from the bus we go to Bergen. We get a Bergen at like say 8, go through a school day, like my schedule. And then after school we have a afternoon left with the team. And then after that, he'll get me from the bus stop, and then we have our own thing that we do for just me, like cardio, core, and all those good things. And then I come home, get a little bit of homework done, and then that's call it a night.
That's a long day.
Yeah,
That's a long day.
Do it all over again.
Yeah, but you know, you have a lot of great examples. Obviously, you talked about Latish. He's been through it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he laid it down first, right?
Yes,
but
sir.
your whole family
Mm-hmm.
has sort of been through that grind. You had a lot of great examples
Yes, sir.
in front of you that have kind of laid the foundation and the groundwork to kind of show you, to light the way to show you how to do it, right?
Yes, sir.
So how's that been for you?
Starting off with my sister, I seen her do it. She went to Florida and then she transferred to LSU. So that was really what set the stone for all of us to like start sports. And then my brother did it. He at Central Michigan right now, and then my brother at Miami, and then it's my turn. So I just fell in line with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So like I said, you got a lot of great examples to kind of show you, you know, the grind, and then to show you the recruiting process,
Yes, sir.
and to kind of give you some advice on what to look for, what to avoid, the pitfalls and all of that. This can be a stressful thing if you let it be.
Mm-hmm.
And so what about that as you go through recruiting now? Not talking about specific schools, but based on talking to your siblings, based on talking to your parents, based on talking to your uncle, who is your uncle and your agent. You know, that's an interesting
Yes, sir.
dynamic.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you're looking for in a school long term? Give me kind of the most significant factors in your choice when you make it.
I'd say number one, relationship with the head coach and then my position coach. And then two, are they developing young men, not only just athletes, but young men after football, and what's after the NFL, like if they set me up for life or just like football.
Mm-hmm. So kind of take you out your comfort zone a little bit. Pretend that you're recruiting you.
Mm-hmm.
You're the coach that is going after Jermaine Kinsler.
Yeah.
What would your approach be? How would you recruit you?
I definitely say keep in contact a lot, FaceTime calls, whatever. Definitely want to get on campus a lot, make sure this is a fit for me, for whoever I'm recruiting. And overall, just have like a good bond, no matter like where the coach go or whatever. Just make sure we have that bond.
So you say stay in contact a lot, because I know it's different strokes for different folks, as they say, because I'm one that don't call me all the time. Don't hit me.
Yeah.
Don't text me all the time. Like I want to know that you have interest, so there's a certain level of persistence that I want to see, but don't blow me up. Don't robocall me.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
You know, so how are you? But some people like that. Some people want to see you all the time. So where are you in that mix?
I'd say hit me up like 2 or 3 days out of the week. Not like every day. I'm not really a big fan of that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So as far as your game, I mean, you're one of the top defensive prospects in the country, but I look up and it sounds like some schools are talking about you as an offensive prospect too. So first, give me a scouting report. You know, you're a scout or a coach in the stands. You're watching Jermaine Kinsler on the field. Give me a scouting report on your game. But what are schools saying to you about how you would fit on the field?
Yeah, scouting report on myself, I'll say athletic, good size, long, good motor, and I'll just say good motor. And then about offense, I mean, I came up to Jersey actually for offense, so.
Wow.
Yeah, so and then I went to D-line with my cousin, and then I just stayed there. But last year they used me both ways, so I put that on my film, and then a lot of tight ends coaches been hitting me up, offering me as a tight end. So
do you have a preference of what side of the ball that you're gonna line up in?
Nah, it don't matter. I got position flexibility, so wherever they need me.
So it doesn't matter what a school wants you at.
No.
Offense or defense?
Yeah, it don't matter.
So to you, it boils more down to how you fit at the school and how you vibe with the coach.
Yes, sir. Correct.
Okay. So what about distance from home? Is that gonna matter?
Nah, no, sir. Nah. I made a move from Florida to New Jersey, so I'm good in the cold.
I was just about to ask you that. So now you having this experience being out of the South. You know, you're experiencing these cold temperatures and this snow.
Right.
So you're adapting to that, all right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, my first time seeing snow was last year, so I adjusted to it very well. So
Okay, all right. You're making it through.
Yeah,
okay, you're still alive. You know? All right. So now, as you kind of get a little deeper into the recruiting process, and you got family members kind of everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
And so how is that playing into it? Because there could be an opportunity for you to be on the football field with some family members. Right. Does that play into your thought process at all?
I mean, a little bit, but we joke about it because we see each other a lot. So we joke about it, but at the end of the day, they all say it's all on you. Wherever you want to go, it's your decision, not ours. Okay,
so let's talk specifically about your Michigan experience or experiences. This is not your first.
Yeah, this was second.
Yeah, this is your second time at Michigan. So give me your impressions of Michigan, first being here, seeing a game day experience, obviously being here now and getting more of an opportunity to be around the coaches and be around the program outside of a game day experience. What do you think of Michigan? What do you think of the coaching staff?
My first experience, I mean, the game, the big outs, it was jumping, like, it was crazy. And then this time coming around, I got to talk to the coaches on a deeper level. And then Coach Lou, we spoke good. And then Coach Moore, he came to our high school, so we had a good conversation there too.
So, Coach Lou, what's the vibe like? Well, what do you think of him as a guy? What is that connection like so far? So far, anyway.
Yeah, he's a chill guy. I mean, we don't really talk that much football when we talk, but when we do talk football, is like where I fit at and all that.
Okay. All right. And then Coach Moore, the head coach, that you mentioned that specifically, the connection with the head coach. What do you think of him as a head coach so far? What has that vibe been like?
Oh, yeah. I feel like we connect good. I mean, I feel like our relationship is probably one of the best relationships I got with the Michigan staff.
Okay. Now, you've been talking about scheme fit and that kind of thing. Has Michigan talked to you about how you would fit into what they do defensively?
They said I would play DN on first and second down, then go into a 3 technique on third down.
Okay. So what do you think of their defense, man? I mean, you look at them during the year. That was really what carried them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what turned the corner. That's what beat Ohio State. That's what beat Alabama.
Yes, sir.
What do you think of Michigan's defense?
Oh, yeah, Coach Winky, I mean, the defense he runs like an NFL scheme. So, I mean, he really created the scheme. So, I mean, we right there. You got what you need.
Did you get a chance to talk to Coach? I mean, obviously during the season, but did you get a chance to talk to Coach Wink today?
No, not today. I don't think it was in today.
Okay, I got you. All right, so now, as you look ahead, I mean, 2 times at Michigan, clearly they're pursuing you vigorously.
Right.
They talk to you about getting back, or they talk to you about trying to get on your official visit list?
I'm coming back for the spring.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have an official date yet, but I will be back for the spring.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So they're laying that out.
Yeah.
They are not just recruiting you; they're recruiting your family.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, impressions from what you can gather or glean so far. How do you think your family is feeling them or feeling Michigan at this point?
My mom, this was her first time here. She loved it. When I was in the hotel room, she was like, "Yeah, I think this is it." She loved it.
So speaking of family, Jermaine, and this is not an endeavor that you get into alone, right? You to do what you do, go from Florida to Michigan. Right. All the visits that you take, you got to have support of your family. So what about that piece of it, man? All the support that you've gotten and are getting. How about your family, man, and how much they've been able to ride for you and helping you get to this point?
Yeah, they've been a huge part of my process. I mean, when it all comes down to it, we'll sit down with it, talk about it, narrow down our list, and figure out what's the best decision.
And so, it's one of those deals where I'm big on shouting out not just how much they support you, but how important it is to know that they got your back, even when
Yeah.
it's not going well on the field.
Yes, sir.
You know, even when some of the schools kind of find somebody else and it's not about you no more, you know that they're
Yes, sir.
still there.
Yeah.
So that's why it feels like, you know, the people who were there with you when nobody else was around, you always got to always got to hold them up.
Exactly right.
So mom, dad, and then Latish,
Yeah. Shout out my aunt.
you know, uncle and agent, man, what's that dynamic been like?
I mean, it's a blessing. Not everybody have someone like Latish. So, I mean, having them is a blessing.
You know, is it wearing two hats? Is it always business? You know, because that's a tough one, man.
It is, but mostly he like a mentor to me. So, I mean, he go to the gym with me every time we go. So, I mean, it's a blessing to have him.
All right, so let's look ahead. If we're looking at the Bergen Catholic schedule, what game should we have circled on the schedule to try to come out and check you out during the season?
Home opener against East St. Louis, Missouri. That'll be a
Okay.
good one.
That'll be the one to circle on the calendar?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, Jermaine, hey, man, appreciate you coming out.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Gonna be looking out for you this season, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, Jermaine Kinsler.
Go Blue.
We'll see you next time on the next edition of the Michigan Recruiting Insider.